In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a development appraisal for a site of 5 new build homes. There'll be a mixture of 3 and 4 bed. I'll use a standard template to get started, which I can then customise and create a bespoke appraisal. From there, I'll be able to save the appraisal as a bespoke template that I can use again in the future. So, to get this started, we'll create our first portfolio. Portfolio 1. And then to that, we will create our first appraisal. We'll just call this plot A. Within the templates, we can see that we don't have any bespoke templates yet. We will have one by the end of this video. And in the sample templates, we've got houses, office and warehouse. Houses is our most appropriate one. This is all the items that are already filled in, ready for us to populate. So we'll select houses and we'll create the appraisal. So we can go through, edit some names, create new items, delete items we don't need. So first of all, we've got sales. We're going to do 3 and 4 bed houses. So I'll change the 2 bed to 4 bed. The program we'll deal with later on in the program tab. This is just for making one-off changes to different items. We'll do a whole scale change of the program later on. So quantity, we'll have 2 of those, sale price 500,000. So we'll add that, and then 3 bed, 3 of those, sale price 400,000. We want to add a couple more groups for this, so I want a planning group, and that's going to be a group of costs. So we can add that, that'll appear at the bottom. I want to rearrange the order of these groups too, and also marketing and letting fees we don't need for this appraisal, so we can delete them. Let's rearrange the order. I want acquisition costs at the top, followed by planning fees. Okay, we'll add some items in for planning. So the first item, planning consultant, £1,500. Next item is design fees, 10,000. Planning fees, 2,500. And then a services search, 2,000. Next, we want to add in the construction costs. So here we had one item. I'm going to change this to 4 bed construction, and we can calculate this. So we had 2 number at 250. The 3 bed need to be added in as an item, so 3 bed construction, calculated 3 of those at 200. You can see here cost distribution, it doesn't apply when duration is 1 month. At the minute everything's 1 month. When we've changed the program, we can come back and we can tweak some of the distribution of costs for some of these items and show how that affects our cash flow. We'll create that item. The professional fees was previously linked just to the one item that was in the template, so we'll reset that, and we want to add in the 2 construction items that we've got, and we'll save that. We've rearranged the groups already. We can rearrange the order of items within the group like so. Okay, acquisition costs I'll do shortly because I want to change some of those items. So here we'll have estate agents, fees, percentage 1.5% on the sale values. So we'll link those, complete and save. Sales legals, we'll do those as a calculated cost, 5 items, £2,000 each. in this cost, we'll change disposal fees to sales costs. And there's another item that I want to add in for brochures and signage. I'll have a fixed item of 5,000. Next, I want to add in a contingency. So I'll add that from the bottom. It won't be in a group. Call it developers. Contingency, and we'll have 5%. The setup, we will just want it on the construction costs and professional fees for this one. We can close that and we can create our new item. For the land, stamp duty and fees, in the template these are set as fixed costs. I want to change this and have them as a residual value for the land, so I can work out my land value that I want to pay. So I'll remove those. Residual item is added at the bottom here. I'll just call this land. We want it based on the level of profit, and I want 15%. So we can create our new item. You can see it's been added down here. I'll add the stamp duty now, and then I'll bring those into the acquisition cost group. Stamp duty, we will link the land value, which is there. And these percentages are if you're buying a residential property rather than land, so we'll update these. The next 1,000, next 100,000 is 2%. There is no category after that, and then it's anything over 250 is 5%. So we'll create the new item. You can see the land's changed because all these items will keep recalculating to keep our profit at 15%. So with that acquisition costs, we want to bring those items in, so the land and the stamp duty. It allows you to select anything that's not already in a group. We can save and that updates. I'm going to quickly reorder the items in there. And then the fees, calculate those as a percentage, 0.5% on the value of the land. Complete that and save. One final thing to look at is the finance. At the minute it's not showing anything because everything is just set to the same month, but I do want to make a slight change to the rate. Set that at 10% and we'll update. Now we want to look at the program, and we're going to set that up. So from the template there are some links already included in here. I'm just going to quickly remove them and we'll start from scratch. I'll show you how simple it is to set up all these items. So our first date that we want is for the land, and we're going to run the whole appraisal from these dates here. So the stamp duty be paid end date of the land, the same with the fees. So that's okay for acquisition. The planning consultant, I'm going to set it at the end date for land, but I want to offset by 1 month, so it'll be the next month in the program. Look at that graphically, you can see there we're just 1 month after now. If I link it directly, it would be in the same month. So for the cost purposes, I want it to be the month after. Design fees will link to the planning consultant, the same as planning fees and the services searches. So the design fees I'll spread over 2 months. For construction, I'm going to link the professional fees to the end of the design fees, again offset by 1 month. And construction will be at the end of the design fees, but I'm going to offset by 3 months. I'll link the 3-bed to the 4-bed so that it's the same, and we'll update the duration for 12 months in both cases. Oh, 12. The end date of professional fees will be at the end of the 4-bed construction. You can see that then puts in the correct duration, 14 months. Estate agents' fees, we'll have those at the start of the sale period, ending the end of the sale period. We'll just let them all to the 4-bed houses for now. The legals will run in line with the estate agents' fees. And then the brochure and signage, let's have that as 1 month, and we'll do that as soon as we start construction to get those in. Now, things we haven't linked are the sale values, the sale dates, sorry, and we'll set those to the end of construction in both cases. We'll add in 3 months for each, and then we can see graphical layout of our program. We can just, sometimes easier to see it in this format just to double check it, everything's okay. We've got our land acquisition first month, followed by the planning costs, 2 months of design fees, which then lead into our main professional fees slightly ahead of our construction. Here, as you can see, we've got our overlap, so we'll want to just go in and likely change that. So we will start to sell the houses 1 month after the end of construction. So there you go, that brings it all in line, and we've got our brochures at the end there. Previously I mentioned about the cost distribution. Now that we've got some durations in, we can make some changes to these items. I'll just do it for construction, but you're free to tweak any of the items that you want. So the 4-bed, I'm going to change it just to a S-curve. Same with the 3-bed. And for my professional fees, I want to change the regular payments, but I want it to be a monthly decrease in payment, so we're paying more up front. And then we can see in our cash flow what these changes have made. So now if we look down here, the professional fees, instead of being the same monthly payment every month, we start high and we gradually decrease as the work gets completed, the design gets completed, and it's more of a monitoring role through construction. So I'm happy with this as a template now, and it's one that I want to save for myself for future use. So I can go back to the appraisal, select the menu at the top and create a template. Call it 3 4-bed homes, and then we can create. So now when we go to create another template, another appraisal in future, we can select the templates and you can see it there with the preview, everything that we set up and changed. So we've got a template based on this. There are actually some abnormal costs that I wanted to add into this one. So I will create a new group, abnormal costs. This will be a cost group and we can create it. And there are just 2 items I wanted to include in which are applicable for this site. So demolition, just include fixed costs for now. And highways works, 50,000. So we'll create that, go into the program and we'll set those up. So demolition will run from when we purchase the site, and highways will link the end date this time to the end of construction and will allow a 3-month duration. Okay, so let's just double check that those have gone in correctly. Yep, demolition at the beginning, highways for the last 3 months of the construction phase. So now we can go to our appraisal again, view our report. It shows everything that we've got in there, and our 15% profit. The same for our cash flow. Again, we can view the report there, download for our records. So hopefully that has given you a good insight into creating your first appraisal. Quite simple to make it very bespoke, exactly as you want. And in future videos I'll be showing more options which are in the software and allow you to tailor your appraisals even more to your own specifications.